The Monkey is directed by Osgood Perkins, and this is based on a screenplay of him, and of course along with James Bond as producer, based on a Stephen King short story of the same name. Follows twin brothers whose lives are turned upside down when an evil toy monkey is causing havoc and also killing a few others around them. Now, I went to see this film with some curiosity with it. I have seen the advertisements and I haven't seen the trailer. I wasn't really paying attention to the marketing of it, but I was kind of waiting what to expect from it. I don't know, I was expecting a dark horror or a silly, goofy horror film, but watching this film, this is a bit of a interesting one, to say the least. This movie may not be for everyone, but because it's how you see it, it all depends on how you view this film. But if you view it as just a silly, goofy, dark comedy horror vibe, has a mixture of levity with humour because of how it's presented itself, but also have that dark, sinister into the mix. And I think it worked well with the script and the screenplay of this film. I think it definitely works. It definitely has that right measure of it. As far as the kills of the film, the kills are brutal. When I say brutal, it is brutal shock value. It's really, makes you feel uncomfortable at times. It definitely has that right vibe to it because it has that vibe of killings, and the way that the kills, it's the way they edited the film. It's basically when the kill happens, you do kind of see it kind of take it out as a comedic moment or something, which it does that quite often throughout this movie. It does have that moment the kill happens, it just cuts to another scene, to a funeral or certain other part of the film, which it definitely feels that way. It definitely felt that way, but I think it kind of works. You kind of get the humour of it, and the tone of the humour does give me a laugh. And there were a couple of times I did chuckle and I did got some laughs, and so most of the ones I've seen, they kind of find it funny. Coming across a little bit on the nose too much, but I think it works overall in terms of that story. But do appreciate it does add some tension to the monkey, which we do see it. It's just a toy monkey, which basically sitting there, it's across his legs but holding the drum, but also on the drumsticks. And whenever it lifts its hands up that and it spins the stick, it starts banging the drums up and down with the song I Like to Be the Seaside song. The one that goes da 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 da. That song, which, funnily enough, I will never listen to that same song ever again. When I hear that, I go, the monkey's going to kill me, right? The monkey's going to fucking kill me. Jesus. I do like the tension they add to it, which is sinister, it builds up. You do feel his presence whenever certain stuff is going to happen, and the moment that music comes on, you knew that something's going to bad going to happen, or something that's going to make people tense up. There were a couple of times I did felt that presence around me when I felt the monkey's there and it's looking at you, which basically that monkey picks whoever he wants to kill. It doesn't matter who it is. It can be someone you know, or maybe a person that you know probably not seen. They get killed off straight away. Definitely tends me that up, not gonna lie. Most of the acting is really good. I really like the acting here. Theo James as the two twin brothers, basically Hal and Ben. Hal is basically the protagonist of the film. He's very awkward and does have some serious moments, but he does have some funny scenes here and there, especially towards his son Petey, who is basically has some kind of on-off relationship going on, but you do feel their presence there, but which we'll get to the moment of the negatives, how the film gets to the end with the climax. And of course, Ben, who is Hal's twin brother, he's really mean, just not really respectful to his brother because of how things in the family. It's just, he just wants him dead or something like that stuff, which he's the only child. So you do get that sense of their rivalry now and again, but in the red in the corner, you do somewhat care or something along those lines, but you do see that there is something there, but they don't really develop that much, which they focus on Hal than Ben, because Ben does feel a bit sidelined a little bit here and there, but I think it does have some moments with him. You have Tatiana Maslany, who's there briefly in the film. Of course, you've got Elijah Woods in the film. Yes, the guy who's in front of the Lord of the Rings as Frodo. You do get it's a good casting. All the actors good, but Theo James as Hal and Ben, he's probably the highlight of the film. He's definitely the best actor in this movie. He definitely carries this film. He definitely brought that emotions correctly. Directing and cinematography is absolutely well shot. It is well Instead of talking about it, it just looks beautiful to shot with certain scenes and how the monkey and the close-ups, and you see it's just everything about this film just looks very, it's well made, it's well filmed, so there's something there you can go along with. Of course, as far as this whole climax of the film, which does kind of feel underwhelming at the end, because it does kind of breeze through, because there's certain plots just doesn't really develop on like the father and son relationship, even though it was there, but it does feel a bit rushed, if you know what I mean. It does feel a bit kind of just go through the breeze of the runtime. Of course, we do have Hal's brother Ben, who just doesn't get much development. It just breezes through like an hour and a half. It's an hour and a half long movie. It just kind of rushed. It doesn't feel like it's breezed through. It doesn't have a flow. It doesn't really flow well. It just felt like it's just rushing to get to the next point. The climax of the film, kind of wish it could have done a little bit of, closure or certain character development, because the emotional impact kind of felt lacking, because I wish they could done some with it. But I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but I just wish we could have done a little bit more. It does come across a little bit anticlimactic. That scenery, which would perfectly describe it. This film will not be for everyone, like I previously said, but it does get enough to enjoy, because I would say if you're going to watch this movie, I would say go in with some kind of optimistic mind. Don't expect what you think you're going to expect. Just go in, expect what you expect, and you might find some enjoyment out of it, but you probably will like it, you probably will hate it. It all depends on your taste, personally. For me, I enjoyed it for what it is. Is it a perfect movie? No, but I did got enough what it was trying to do, and I do have a lot of respect for it, and I did have a good time with it, even though I wish the emotional weight and the pacing could have done a little bit better. I'm going for The Monkey, probably an A-. Guys, comment down below and tell me, have you seen The Monkey? Do you love it? Do you like it? Do you think it's alright, or do you hate it? Whatever the case is, comment down below, simply please. And of course, until next time, see ya!